Mustangs matching up on this possession. That's going to be an offensive foul drawn by McConnell. Draw that again. That's the second one he's drawn. Nice defensive play. And that was an easy call for the official, as Ryan had, or Nevin had great position on that. The foul was on Lucas Adams, his first. So another turnover on the Warriors. Couple of offensive fouls there as we hit 3:15 to go in the quarter. Snyder from the left baseline. Rebound pulled down by Anderson. Anderson tries to turn around, goes up again. Way off that time, and the Warriors have the rebound heading the other direction. Fort Morgan leading by 6. Three-point attempt from the top of the key. Rattles in. That's the second three-pointer for Nathan Harrison, and that cuts the lead to 11-8. It was 11-3 at the timeout, and 5 straight points for the Warriors, and another Mustang turnover. This one comes just beyond the half-court line, and the first substitute of the night, Tony Zwitzig, will check in to the Mustang lineup for Coach Chad Unrein, and McConnell will take a break. 2:45 to go in the opening quarter. The Mustang lead has been trimmed to 3 now. It's 11-8. And the Mustangs playing man-to-man. Warriors almost lose the handle in the lane. They're going to get a 3-second count if they don't get out of there, but Harrison puts in another bucket. He has 8 points in the quarter, and the Warriors are within 1 of the Mustangs. Schneider drives the baseline, kicks it out. Now it's up high to Lopez. Lopez swings it to Zwitzig. Now Schneider working the baseline nicely. He works his way in and gets his first bucket of the night, and the brief scoring drought for the Mustangs is over. They lead at 13-10. A nice reverse move by Lucas Adams, meanwhile, at the other end, makes it 13-12. Mustangs clinging to a 1-point lead. 2 minutes left to go in the opening quarter. Garver, left wing, over to Zwitzig. His three-point attempt is a little too long. The Warriors quickly down the floor the other direction, almost losing the handle. Christian Martinez for the Warriors. Now they're going to reset their offense. Harrison, who has the hot hand so far, passes it off to Burgess. Now down low, a nice reverse move, but no good that time by Ryan Miller. Looked pretty similar to that earlier play, but no good that time. And let's see, Aaron Mendez will check in for the Mustangs. TJ Schneider will get a rest. 1:34 to go in the first quarter. Fort Morgan 13, Frederick 12. Varsity boys action here at Fort Morgan High School. Three-pointer from the left corner, no good by Martinez. Rebound Anderson for the Mustangs. Zwitzig. And now it's in the corner. That's Garver. Puts up one off the back of the rim. The long rebound pulled down by Zach Gomez for the Warriors. 1:12 to go here in the opening quarter. Three-point attempt from the right corner off the back of the rim. That was taken by Burgess for the Warriors. Quickly the Mustangs down the other direction. Mendez kicks it out to Garver, who finds the range from 3. Nice play. Good assist there as the penetration and the kick out results in 3 more points, 16-12. A quick attempt at the other end is going to send the Warriors to the free throw line for the first time tonight. At the line will be Ryan Miller, who was down underneath. And that foul is on Aaron Anderson, his first, the first on the Mustangs. So Miller will shoot a pair, converts on the first one. That makes it 16-13. And Scott Baker checks in, as does Nash Bledsoe. Give the players a minute here before the end of the quarter to get a little extra rest. And the second free throw is also good. That makes it 16-14. So going to give the starters extra minute of rest here at the end of the first quarter. 45 seconds to go, and a foul near the half-court line on the Warriors. Fort Morgan had an 11-3 lead. That's been trimmed down now to 16-14. And that foul was on Burgess of the Warriors. The Mustangs have just over 40 seconds to work with. Baker up high to Bledsoe. Now a long cross-court pass to Mendez. Lopez up high to Zwetzig. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Mustangs up by 2. Baker goes to the hoop, and he's going to go to the line. That was blocked from behind by Cody Mulvin of the Warriors, but the foul called will send Scott Baker to the free throw line. And Evan McConnell will check back in after this first free throw. Baker's left-handed free throw is up and off the side of the rim. 27 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. Mustangs leading by 2. They led by as many as 8 in this quarter. But Nathan Harrison has gotten hot for the Warriors. Baker's second free throw is also no good. Warriors with the rebound, 20 seconds to go in the period. Mustangs need a stop here to take a lead into the break between periods. A nice move down the right side of the lane by Christian Martinez, and he's able to convert that into a bucket. The score is tied 16-16, 6 seconds left. Ball knocked out of bounds by the Warriors, and the Mustangs will throw it in from their own free throw line extended. Now it's actually going to be a little closer to the baseline, but on the sideline. 4 seconds showing on the clock. Mustangs are going to have to hurry to get a shot off. Baker puts up a three-pointer, and it rims around, no good. So we're tied after 1 quarter of play at 16-16, Fort Morgan and Frederick. Back after this on B106. Back at Fort Morgan High School, we're ready for period number 2. The Mustangs led early in this one, 11-3, but the Warriors came roaring back and tied it up 16-16. Nathan Harrison, the hot hand for the Warriors. Nick Garver has a pair of three-pointers for the Mustangs. Frederick has the first possession of the second quarter by virtue of the alternating possession arrow. The Mustangs steal it away, but lose it immediately and give up a bucket to go behind by 2. That was, is that Chris Burgess that got that bucket?
That's what it looked like it was.
All right, we'll give that to him. Meanwhile, at the other end, Snyder puts up a shot, no good. That happened really quick. The Mustangs got a steal and only had the ball for a couple of seconds, and they were headed down to their end of the offense to play offense, and a quick steal by the Warriors resulted in a quick bucket. And a three-pointer by Nick Garver, his third of the night. We're just in the first half minute of the second period, and Nick Garver has 9 points, all from behind the arc, and gives the Mustangs the lead back 19-18. Fort Morgan is matching up man-to-man on the defense. Steal by Garver. He's going to dribble the length of the floor, and he is fouled on the way to the hoop. I'm not sure they would give him the shot. We'll see. Chris Burgess called for the foul. They're going to send him to the free throw line. He was fouled fairly early in that drive, but they are going to send him to the line to shoot 2. That's the 6th team foul on the Warriors, still just 1 on the Mustangs.
Mustangs playing good, technically sound defense, just not having to worry about committing fouls, and it's good to see the Mustangs going to come out refreshed and aggressive.
They lead at 19-18. Second free throw is good by Nick Garver. He is in double figures with 7:08 left to go in the first half, and a timeout is called. The timeout is brought to you by Edwards Right Price Market in Flowerland. You can find them, of course, at 1201 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan, and you can stop by and get what you need to refuel on game days. You can stop by and head right on over here to Fort Morgan High School. We have got just about 3 full quarters left to play. The Mustangs leading 20-18.
Mustangs doing exactly what I talked to Coach Unrein about before the game. He said they're going to get after it early and push the envelope, and so far they've done it, as we saw with that quick exchange of turnovers. That's pushed the envelope a little too far, and it caught them and came around and bit them, but I'm pleased with the way the Mustangs are playing.
They are holding on to a 2-point lead. 7 minutes left to go in the opening quarter, and taking it all the way down the floor himself is Burgess, but he gets under the hoop, and he's too far under to make a shot. The Mustangs with the rebound and quickly down the floor. Here's McConnell from just inside the paint, and it drops in from about 8 feet out. And McConnell with his first bucket of the night. 4-point lead for the Mustangs, 22-18. Fort Morgan continuing to match up man-to-man. The Warriors overloading the right side, and the Mustangs get the rebound on the missed shot. Anderson, who's back in the ball game after a Little rest on the bench, kicks it out to Snyder. Snyder thinks about a three-pointer inside to McConnell. Back to Snyder, drives the right baseline, loses the handle. Ball's on the floor. The Warriors come up with it. Turnover on the Mustangs. 6:15 left to go in the opening half. Three-point attempt, no good by Harrison for the Warriors. Mustangs pick up the rebound, head to the other direction, and we're about to hit the 6-minute mark here in the second period. Three-point attempt by McConnell off the left side of the rim. Pulled down by Gomez for the Warriors. 22-18, Fort Morgan leading Frederick. The girls playing at Frederick tonight. Both teams looking for their second victory of the season. Three-point attempt from the right side. Right wing, no good. And Schneider fights for the rebound, picking it up off the floor as Leo Lopez. Good hustle. Garver is quickly down the floor. He's driving, and he is fouled as he goes to the hoop. He's going to go to the line and shoot two. Trying to cut him off was Nathan Harrison, but he did not have the angle and got the blocking foul. That's his first personal. 7th team foul on the Warriors, still just one on the Mustangs. Garver 1 for 2 from the free throw line on his previous trip. And swishes number one. Makes it 23-18, and wholesale substitutions for the Warriors. They send in a new 5. Meanwhile, Aaron Mendez checks back in for the Mustangs to spell Nevin McConnell. Fort Morgan leading by 5. Second free throw also swish, so Garver's found the range from the free throw line. He's made 3 consecutive, and the Mustangs have climbed back to a 6-point lead. 5.5 minutes to go here in the opening half. The Warriors have 5 new players on the floor, and they can't find the early chemistry. They fumble it out of bounds. The Mustangs will throw it in under the Frederick bench, and this new Frederick 5 is going to put on a full court press, a 1-2-1-1 zone press. The Mustangs break it. Mendez gets it across the timeline, dribbles left-handed into the corner, pulls up his dribble. Now he needs to find a teammate. He finds Anderson. 5 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. Right side to Garver. Garver looking for a cutter. Needs to dribble, does. Dribbles it a couple times, picks it up. Now Snyder driving the right side of the lane and puts it in. Nice move by TJ Snyder. Extends the Mustang lead back to 8. That equals their biggest lead of the night. It's 26-18. The Warriors in the paint. An off-balance shot by Hall, no good. Mustangs with the rebound, and they throw it away. But the player that intercepted it, Jaden McGraw, traveled with it for the Warriors. So the teams trade turnovers, and the Mustangs will throw it in from the far sideline. Zwetzig checks back in to give TJ Schneider a rest on the Mustang bench. 4:40 to go in the second quarter. Fort Morgan leading 26-18 over the Frederick Warriors. Zwetzig working that point guard position. He dribbles it all the way from the right side to the left side of the floor, puts up a shot from just inside the arc, and the Mustangs pick up a foul on the rebound. That was Scott Baker, whistled for his first personal, second team foul on the Mustangs. 26-18, and another, nope, I thought they were going to call a foul. They're just going to call a kick. So the Warriors will retain possession, throw it in from the far sideline. Mustangs matching up man-to-man over the entire front court. Warriors have this second 5 in right now, and they put up an off-balance shot. Rebound to the Warriors. The follow-up, no good, and Anderson pulls it down. Quick outlet to Mendez, who can't hold on to it. It goes out of bounds in front of the scorer's table. So neither team able to mount much of an offensive threat here in the last few possessions as we hit the midpoint of the second quarter. Fort Morgan leading by 8, 26-18. And now a foul on Anderson. I think that's who they're going to call it on, his second. So that was well away from the hoop. That's kind of too bad to pick up that foul, a fairly cheap one, and Aaron Anderson will have to take a seat on the bench. Nash Bledsoe will check back in. Couple of substitutions for the Warriors as they will throw it in from the far sideline. 3:55 to go in the opening half. Fort Morgan leading by 8. The Warriors almost turn it over. They are able to pick up their own fumble. Now they're going to work it to the right side. Ryan Miller tries to get in the lane, kicks it out. And now Nathan Harrison, who's been a hot hand, he has the ball. He's trying to find a good shot, but it's blocked by Baker. And Mendez picks up the ball off the floor. 2-on-1 break with Zwetzig. Gets it ahead to Zwetzig, who converts. Tony Zwetzig with his first bucket of the night, and the Frederick Warriors need another timeout as the Mustang lead extends to double digits. 3:27 to go in the opening half. Fort Morgan 28, Frederick 18. Back after this on B106. Back at Fort Morgan High School, the Fort Morgan Mustang boys looking good here. They have a 10-point lead with 3:27 to go in the first half. They lead at 28-18. They led early, 11-3. The Warriors caught up, actually passed them momentarily, tied 16-16 at the end of the first quarter, and now Fort Morgan with that double-digit lead.
Yeah, it's nice. I'd like to see the Mustangs keep the pressure up and not let the Warriors come back and surpass them like they did. I think they need to just apply this pressure and keep it on, and I'd like to see a 30-point win for the Mustangs instead of a 30-point loss like we've had earlier this season.
And that was a really nice break that time by Mendez and Zwetzig. They ran that to perfection and forced the Warriors to call another timeout. Meanwhile, the Warriors are going to convert on a pass into the lane, and they'll be going to the free throw line. And that was Ryan Miller with his second bucket of the night to pull the Warriors 28-20, and Miller will be at the free throw line to attempt to finish up a three-point play, and his free throw rims around no good. Baker pulls down the rebound for the Mustangs. They're leading by 8 with 3:15 to go in the second quarter. Zwetzig sets up the offense, puts up one fist to call the play, runs off a pick from Mendez. Now it's McConnell in the, or Bledsoe in the corner, and he loses the handle, but it goes out of bounds off a black jersey. So the Mustangs will get the ball back. Nick Garver checks back in. He's going to replace Nash Bledsoe. TJ Snyder, after a bit of a rest, will replace Scott Baker on the floor. Mustangs throw it in from the far sideline. 3 minutes to play in the opening half. Lopez is going to set up the offense this time. Works off a pick from Mendez. Now swings it right side to Garver. Down low to Snyder. Inside to Mendez, who can't hang on. But it's going to, the official can't make up his mind now. He's going to point the Warriors' direction. I think he knew the call. He was just getting confused on the direction to point. So the Warriors come the other direction. 2:45 to go in the opening quarter. Adams pulls up in the lane. Now kicks it outside. Now working the right side of the lane is Miller. His shot no good. The rebound's on the floor. Hit a Mustang who was standing out of bounds. The official right there was too close to it, but one of his partners helped him out. So that ball bounced off the head of Nick Garver, who was standing out of bounds. So instead of being out of bounds on the Warriors, just bad luck for the Mustangs there. Warriors keep the possession with 2.5 to go. Three-pointer swish by Nathan Harrison. He has 3 from behind the line, and he has 11 points tonight. And the Warriors are back to within 5. The Mustangs now having trouble breaking the press. They're going to have to hurry and get it across the timeline, and Coach Unrein calls timeout to save them from the turnover. 2:15 left to go in the opening half. Mustangs up by 5. Back after this on B106. Alec Creighton and Brayden Snyder back at Fort Morgan High School. The Fort Morgan Mustangs had to spend a timeout to save a turnover there. They have a 5-point lead with 2:15 to go in the second quarter. The Warriors are going to pick up three-quarter court this time. The Mustangs break the pressure, almost throw it out of bounds. Zwetzig drives the left side of the lane, kicks it out to Snyder. Snyder in the lane, kicks it back out to Zwetzig, who has it blocked from the three-point line. Snyder picks it up on the floor, and he trips over a Warrior who is on the floor, and the traveling call on Snyder. Turnover Mustangs as we are under 2 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Fort Morgan led by 10 just moments ago. Now their lead has been trimmed to 5. Let's see if they can re-extend that lead before we have the halftime intermission. Working in the lane is Miller. Miller has it rejected, but the Warriors get it back, and Snyder gets a foul. He tried to block a pass from behind, got a chunk of Ryan Miller's arm, and that's going to be the 5th foul on the Mustangs and the 1st on Snyder. So Fort Morgan has stayed out of foul trouble tonight. They're leading by 5. Just over a minute and a half left to go. Three-point attempt, no good. Follow-up is good by Ryan Miller. So Miller has 8 points, and the Warriors are all of a sudden back within 3. Zwetzig at the other end. Nice feed from Mendez. Follow-up by Snyder. Good. Nice play there by the Mustangs. Good cleanup action there by T.J. Snyder to put the follow-up in and extend that lead back to 5, 30-25. And at the other end, the Warriors travel and turn it right back over to the Mustangs.
Mustangs need to slow down and play their game, as Frederick's kind of forcing the Mustangs to play a little bit of panic basketball. And as we've seen against University, that just didn't work for the Mustangs.
Another turnover on the Mustangs on the inbound play. And it's a hoop by Lucas Adams. Tony Zwetzig was telling the official that the Warrior bounced the ball on the line. He didn't see it that way. Adams makes the bucket and will be going to the free throw line with a chance to pull the Warriors to within 2. So the Mustangs are in double digits on turnovers.
And they had 2 at the first quarter, and then they put up 4 quick ones in a row, and it's just starting to kind of unravel here as we get closer to halftime.
Adams free throws off the back of the rim. Schneider pulls down the rebound. 1:04 left to go, and the Mustangs lose the handle, and the turnover is converted immediately into another bucket by Lucas Adams, and the Warriors are within 1. Final minute of the first half. Fort Morgan leading 30-29. Garver breaks the pressure, gets across the timeline himself. Schneider drives into the lane, puts it up, off the glass and in. Schneider having a great quarter. He's got 6 points and re-extends the lead to 3. Mustangs need a stop, and they need to protect the ball. A hook shot in the lane, no good by Adams. Rebound Mustangs, and a travel on Garver as he tried to throw the outlet pass. Another turnover on the Mustangs. That's 14 unofficially here in the first half. Been very, very costly. Mustangs up by 3 with half a minute left to go in the opening quarter. Long three-point attempt is short. Another three-point attempt is good. That's a number I don't have on my scorecard. That's number 25. We'll mark him down and find out his name in a little bit. 14 seconds to go in the half. The Mustangs get it across the timeline. The score is tied 32-32. That's double what it was for both teams at the end of the first quarter. 5 seconds. The Mustangs need to hustle. Garver is in a double team, and he's going to heave up a desperation shot from 25 feet out, and it finds the top of the backboard, and that's it. So it was 16-16 after the first quarter. Both teams scored 16 more points in almost a carbon copy, where the Mustangs had a big lead and the Warriors trimmed it down and caught up right as time expired. And we are at halftime. Fort Morgan 32, Frederick 32 here at Fort Morgan High School. We're going to take a break. We'll wrap up the first half and get ready for the second half here from Fort Morgan High School with our score tied 32-32. Back after this on B106 and B106.com.